In today's van life video, we're probably gonna do the hardest and more scary thing of the whole van life project, which is the windows. I bought these here in the perfect shape that goes within two of the, let's say, structural pieces of the frame of the van. I'm still very scared of making the cut because if I make it wrong, I have to weld a new piece onto it. I have no idea. So we're gonna take all the time we need, measure 25 times, and slowly cut to position this. I will show you a technique. What we will need is a skill saw. We will need some of this paper tape here and drills and a couple of things that will all be provided by MT Store, and I'll show you a technique in a second. What you see me doing here after putting some paper tape on the van is to measure and to use that line on top of the van as my measurements. I want to be aligned to that, and it's not square, it's not level. That's what makes everything more difficult. Follow that line, follow the bottom line of the rail of the door, start using my pencil here on the paper tape, and then at the end you're gonna see me use the corner and the outline of the windows to design the curvatures that you see on the four angles. As you can see here, we traced with the trim these curves here. Technically we are ready to cut. I just want to confirm that these points are good points. I know that here we have a stud. I don't know how close we are to the stud. We're gonna find that out, but technically we're ready to cut. Now we're here. We got a cutter, MT Store. We got some Bosch blades. I got the medium blades for metal. It should be more than enough because this is very thin metal. And we put it at the speed that it says speed and angle that is for metal, and we're gonna start cutting. There will be a time lapse, nice and slow, follow the lines and you should be good. To me, this was the most stressful part of the entire build, because knowing that if you do the cut improperly, you're gonna have to probably re-weld the panel or do some kind of ugly work. So in this case, I went nice and slow, little by little, double checked, triple checked, and my technique here was to cut part of it, half of the whole panel, and then put in the window just to check that the fit was correct, to then continue with the cut, as you will see me doing in a bit. And after that, cut the whole thing, measure a little bit, deburr, as you see me doing here. I'm not fancy schmancy, I gotta use a simple tool. And fit, put some silicone, as you see me here, just to make it waterproof, and glue the whole thing in. Unlike most windows that are just glue in, this one here needs some strips that pull in just with pressure. So then you screw these things in and it pulls it in to give it more pressure. Which honestly, I like this more, because just glue in, if you have a leak, you have to undo the whole thing and then glue again. In this case, I can take it off, put some more silicone. Like for maintenance, I like this approach a lot more. With that said, now we can go on with the other side, and we can already see a big difference compared to the past. Because if I close the door, we now have some light coming in, and I really like this. You know how they say that the second one is always faster than the first one? Well, this one it is for sure correct. Because in the package I found a template. It is slightly bigger than the thing, so it's a perfect cut. It might not be perfect unless I'm super precise. So I just went a little bit larger than this. I just prepped the new surface on the other side, same thing, and we can cut. I went with the same measurements from the beginning of the truck till here. It will not be 100% perfect, but it will be perfect enough. So this part here, you will see the part that I did not show earlier, which is, yes, the gluing, but now on the back side, using this trim piece and some wood for the trim to pull the whole window towards the interior and make it a really tight fit and a waterproof fit. Now we have one, we still have the silicone drying, and we got two, and it's flat, we like it, seems to be insulated. I put some water already on it and nothing is going through, so that's a good start. Now we're gonna finish up by doing the top. We want the vent to come through. I gotta go on top of there, do pretty much the same thing. I will not film it, but you know the drill. Measure, cut. The good thing is that in the front, because these are universal, there's a little spot that is already, I'm not saying pre-made, but they put it there because these can be refrigerator vents, so there's a spot where it's easier to cut through, and I'm probably gonna use that one. Most people use it as a place to let light in. I'm gonna use it as a vent. As you can see, that is the box I was talking about. Same thing. I'm gonna be measuring, cutting, putting silicone, and gluing the thing on. Here on top of the vent, this is the vent. This is the thing I'm gonna use for the measurements, and we should be good. I'm gonna make this kind of cut here. This will be on the platform. Gonna screw in. This will go on top, and then this is the extension just to make it fit and get into the trim. And with that said, guys, we got the vent up there, we got 2 windows, and the vent is ready. So this closes the video. In the next one, we're gonna do studs and floors. So follow for more, and if you have any questions, just leave a comment. Once again, thank you MT Store for the tools, which really helped with this one here. And let's go on.